Hello, we
are
from.
Hi, I'm Krisha from TO6 and I'll be presenting about personification. So, the first personification that I found in this story is that Orwell uses animals on a farm as characters instead of actual historical figures. As an example of historical figures, he used in the story is Joseph Stalin as Napoleon. Napoleon is similar to him because both of them are dictators. Next character is Snowball. Snowball here plays the role of Leon Trotsky, Stalin's nemesis. He is also the mastermind in the story, whereas he was the one who had the vision of windmill that could lessen the workload of the animals. Another character in the story is Boxer, the loyal horse, who we believe portrayed the working class people during the Russian Revolution, who chooses to obey their leaders and choose to live a simple life. Well, aside from Boxer, Molly the dog symbolizes the middle class people in Russia that are not interested in working. For the next personification is the pigs in the story are embodied to show how politicians are in reality. We all know that pigs are wise and implicate human-like characteristics, just like Napoleon promised that all animals are equal and should be treated fairly. However, there has been a change of heart when the pigs in the story altered all 7 commandments gradually and only focused on the needs of the pigs. There are some examples of the animals having human characteristics where I found in chapter 1, for example, tells us that Clover, the mother mare, never got her figure back after she gave birth to her 4th foal. As we all know, animals never care about their looks and, to be more specific, their bodies. Another example found in the story is when Old Major told the other animals that he dreamt about something. From this, the author has given Old Major the ability to dream and think at the same time, concerning to the farm's future. Moreover, animals in the story were given the ability to sing a song to show their loyalty to the animal farm. Okay, that is all from me. Thank you.
For me, the most obvious piece of satire comes from the real-life events that was implemented in the book. In Animal Farm, we know that the animals came into power after they drove away Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones was considered to be abusing his power as he was the only one receiving all the benefits of hard work from the animals. So what happened next was they drove away Mr. Jones, and the Animal Farm no longer had someone to rule over them. And they all did hard work equally, no matter what animal or what size. Then that quickly changed when Napoleon came into power. Napoleon ruled with dictatorship, and he had a lot of power to the people. This is similar to what happened in the Russian Revolution. Joseph Stalin came into power and he ruled over the people of what was once a communist Russia. He was a dictator. This shows that Orwell knows how to use satire in the form of an animal fable to tell the story of the Russian Revolution. Next, we have satire in the form of politics. Animalism is an idea pushed in which all animals are treated equal and none is above the other. This, in the real world, is known as communism. Continuing with the story, the animalism was thrown into the dust when Napoleon came into power. He ruled with dictatorship. He got power through propaganda, violence, and he would kill people that would not follow his orders. So the satire in this is that in politics there will always be corruption, and this was shown by the pigs, by Napoleon. So next we have So next we have satire in the form of characters. Believe it or not, the characters in this story, Animal Farm, represent real people. For example, we have Old Major, who plays Karl Marx, or Vladimir Lenin, which are the founding fathers of communism that spread the idea towards the public. Next we have Snowball, who represents Leon Trotsky, who wanted the people to be better. Snowball wanted to give an education to the animals to increase their intellect, and they didn't want the animals to do work, so he proposed the idea of the windmill that would do the work for them. Lastly, we have Napoleon, who plays Joseph Stalin, in which they were both dictators and they both used propaganda and they both ruled for personal gain and were very violent to the people. It is also noted that the animals in control in the end were the pigs. Orwell uses satire to mock the real people who ruled the Soviet Union at that time. That is all. Thank you.
The first situational irony is when the pigs slowly turn into human-like. As time passes by in Animal Farm, the pigs slowly turn into human beings. The pigs become more like human beings, such as wearing clothes, carrying whips, and walking upright. Eventually, the 7 principles of animalism, known as 7 commandments, is reduced to a single principle, which is all animals are equals, but some other animals are more equal than others. Napoleon invited a human farmer who is Mr. Pilkington and told him his intention of allying himself with other human farmers. This is because he wants to stand against the labor classes of both the human and animal communities. He also changes the name of Animal Farm back to its original name, Manor Farm, and claiming that the title is correct. As a result, the common animals can no longer differentiate between the pigs and human beings as they look at the party of the elites from the farmhouse window. Next, the situational irony is also used to point out the sentiment and grittiness in the community. For example, when the pigs soon start walking. This is something they had promised never to do before they had risen to power. The pigs also began to take some alcoholic drinks, which is something they had vowed not to do. It is ironic to see the pigs drinking after they had condemned the humans for this form of behavior. Now when the pigs are powerful, they find it is right to do the same thing they lost and condemn humans for. This shows hypocrisy and sanctimony. So for the next irony is verbal irony. An example for verbal irony in Animal Farm is the last commandment. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. This statement is ironic because the concept of all are equal and more equal is really contradictory and doesn't make sense, as only the pigs gain the benefits.
Aside from that, verbal irony is also shown when additional amendments are made to the 7 commandments according to the pig's likings. For instance, when the pigs start to sleep on beds, the rule of no animal shall sleep in bed is changed to no animal shall sleep in a bed with sheets. Then when the pigs start to drink, the drinking commandment, which was no animal shall drink alcohol, is changed to no animal shall drink in excess, which means that no animal should drink too much alcohol. Last but not least, dramatic irony. My first point for dramatic irony is Boxer is being sold to a slaughterhouse by Napoleon, but the animals don't know about this. Mr. Frederick, a neighboring farmer, tricks Napoleon to buy some timber, but then attacks the farm and dynamites the windmill. After the destruction of the windmill, a pitched battle erupts between the farmers and the animals, which causes Boxer major wounds. The farmers were defeated, but Boxer's injuries weakened him. He knows that his death was near. One day, according to Squealer, Boxer died in peace after being taken to the hospital. But actually, Napoleon has sold his most loyal and long-suffering horse to a slaughterhouse in order to get more money for his whiskey. The fact that this is unknown to the animals is what makes it a dramatic irony. Moving on to the second point of dramatic irony, which is difference of man and pig. One of the best examples of dramatic irony is also situated at the end of the story. It is stated that the onlooker was unable to differentiate between a man and a pig. To the animals, it seems they cannot tell the difference, but we, as readers, can clearly understand the resemblance. The extreme hunger for power and greed portrayed in this novel is very similar to our current political issues in today's world. They do not wish to help or improve the life of our society, but wish for wealth, power, and a high position in the social pyramid. And with the ignorance of some people in the society, they use them as an advantage to spread their power and beliefs.